Hello friends. So now we will continue with the module 4 concept, that is user defined functions, in this video. So to just brief about the previous video, we had discussed the different categories of functions, that is based on passing arguments and returning value to the function. Fine. So here we will study with the next concept. So here we'll see what are the different argument or parameter passing techniques in C. So basically we have two parameter passing techniques in C. One is call by value and the other is call by reference. So we'll see them each other in detail. What are those? So the first thing here we'll see is call by value, and we'll also consider one example to understand what is this call by value mechanism. So here the values of the variables are passed by the calling function to the called function. Now for example, you can just see the slide. We have here geek function val1 and val2. Okay, so these are the variables val1 and val2 what we are using here, and here we are passing the values of these two variables to the called function. So what is the called function here? Geek function is nothing but called function. So this statement we can consider as function call. Okay, so here we are just calling the geek function by using two values, that is val1 and val2. So val1 is 10 here and val2 is 12 here. Okay, so now so here what happens is these values what we are passing to geek function will be copied into the variables of that particular function. So you can just see down here we are having geek function num1 comma num2. Now val1 value what we had sent here 10 will be copied into num1, and val2 value what we are sending, that is 12, will be copied into num2. So this concept is called as call by value. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are passing the values one by one here, and in the same series the value will be copied in the called function variable list or argument list. Okay, so one more thing we need to understand here is, if any value of the parameter in the called function has to be modified, the change will not be reflected in the calling function. The change will be only reflected in the called function. Okay, now for example, you can just see here. So I think they have used the variable name different here. So what we have to do is, I'll just consider according to this example, I'll just consider this num1 as x, then num2 as y. Okay, so we have to take the variables which are matching here. Okay, so now x and y, val1 is copied into x, val2 is copied into y. It does not happen that val1 will be copied to y and val2 will be copied to x. It is going to be copied in the same series. So how we are going to send the parameters, in the same way they are getting copied in the call function. And now you can see here inside the function you have two statements written here, that is x equal to 40 and y equal to 50. Yes, so initially x was 10, y was 12, which it received from the main function. Okay, now we are changing x to 40 and y to 50. So what happens here? Does these x and y value whatever we have changed, does these affect val1 and val2 here? So this is our question. Does this affect val1 and val2 variables? No, it does not affect the variable values in the calling function. So this is the method, or in this mechanism, whatever changes you do in the called function to the variables, it will not be affected in the calling function. Okay, so here you are just why this happens, why the changes are not getting reflected in the main function here, because it happens as all the changes are made on the copy of the variables which are formal variables and not the actual ones. So whatever changes you make to formal variables will not be affected to the actual variables in call by value mechanism. Okay, so this is call by value, and one example we'll consider here. So here you can just see in this example, first we have initialized value of variable a as 5, and we have one printf statement here, that is the value of a before calling function is %d, that is a. Now what is value of a here? The value of a before calling the function. Why? Because we have called the function after this printf statement. Okay, before this, what is the value of a? Value of a is 5. Okay, next we have called the function sum, that is with argument a. So what is the value of a here? 5. So this 5 will be copied into n. So now n will be equal to 5, and you have another statement written inside the function, that is n is equal to n plus 20. So you are just adding 20 to the value of n, so it becomes 25. So here you have one more printf statement where you are printing value of n in the called function is 25. So a value of a is 5 here and value of n is 25. We made some changes to the variable in the called function, that is value of n changed to 25, which does not affect the original value of a, that is 5. So this is call by value method. Okay, so here you are just passing the value to the called function. Once again I'll repeat. Now sum a, now a value is 5, so value of a is passed to some function where it will be copied into n. So this is called as call by value mechanism, or we can also call it as pass by value mechanism. Okay, so this is all about call by value and example of it. Next we have is call by reference mechanism. Now what is this call by reference? So here in the previous mechanism we had passed the value to the called function. So here the address of the variables are passed by the calling function to the called function. Okay, so here the address is used inside the function to access the actual arguments used in the call. Okay, we'll see what is this. Now you can just see the example in the slide. So in the main function we have initialized variable n with 10. So value of n is 10 here. Okay, and we are calling the function here, that is func. Here we are calling the function with ampersand n. Okay, now what is ampersand in C? Ampersand in C is address operator. Okay, so here the address of the variable is passed as parameter to the called function. That means you are passing here ampersand n, that means the address of variable n you are passing to the function here. Okay, so as soon as you send the address of the function, now you can see in the figure here. Okay, so you have n value as 10. Okay, and you have the address as 2008. So address of this, that is 2008, will be passed to the called function here. Okay, now you should see here inside the function how the variable is declared. So it is not normally declared here. We are using some operator to declare this variable. What is this operator? This is the asterisk symbol what we are using here, or you can call it in a daily your language, that is star. Okay, but we should call it as a asterisk, and in C this is called as pointer variable. Okay, now why we are declaring the variable here using this asterisk or pointer variable? Now you just imagine you are just sending 2008 value to function here, and whatever computations you had to do here, you had to do with 2008 value. But we are not concerned with computations of addresses of the memory locations. We are concerned with the value stored in the memory locations, right? So that's why now whenever you are sending the address here, now the receiving variable should be declared as pointer here. Why pointer? Because it is pointing to the value at the address, at the particular address. Okay, now as we are passing here address of n, and you have declared the receiving variable as star, that is pointer add. So here add will be pointing to value stored at 2008 address. Now what is the value stored at 2008 address? So it is 10. So don't ignore this 20 for now. Okay, I'll show what is that 20 later. Now this value at this address is 10. So it will be pointing to the value at that particular address. That is nothing but pointer variable. Okay, I'll just repeat it once again. So here we are passing address of the variable as a parameter to the function, and at the function definition the receiving variable should be declared as pointer. Now what is pointer? Now that pointer will be pointing to the value at that particular address. Now which particular address here? We are receiving address of n, so obviously add will be pointing to value of value which is stored in n. Okay, that is 10. And you can see inside the function, that is star add is equal to 20, it is written. So this means that you are changing the value, that is add value, to 20. Now as this is star add, if you had just written add equal to 20, then it would not affect the calling function, that is the main function value here. But we have written here, that is star add equal to 20. So this means that as star add is pointing to the location of address 2008, now whatever you write here, that is 20, will be copied into this particular location. So 10 will be erased here and new value 20 will be stored here. Okay, now what do we understand here? So here in this call by reference mechanism, if you do any changes to the variables in the called function, it will affect the value of variable in the calling function. So this is about call by reference mechanism. So here we will be passing the addresses, and at the receiving end we are declaring the variable as pointer, which will be pointing to the value at particular address, value at the address what it is holding. As you can see here, add is holding the address or value 2008. Now at 2008 what value is stored, at that point it will be pointing to. Okay, so this is call by reference mechanism. So we'll see one example to understand this. Okay, so now you have the same example which we had considered for call by value mechanism. So here you have initialized value of a as 5 and you are printing the value of a before the calling function. Okay, so before the calling function, what is the value of a here? Value of a is 5. Okay, next you are calling the function, that is ampersand a. You are passing the address of the variable a here, and at the receiving side you are creating the variable using pointer. Why? Now what is a value? As you are passing here ampersand a to n, so n value will be equal to some address. We'll consider that address of a is 1000, so n will be holding 1000 and pointer n will be pointing to value at 1000. Now what value you have stored at 1000 address, at that point n will be pointing. So that means star n is here, star n is here 5. Okay, so now you are doing some changes to that variable. So n star n is equal to star n, that is 5 plus 20, which is finally 25. So star n will be now 25. So finally you are affecting the variable which is in the main function also. Now star n is equal to 25 means what? Star n is pointing to the value at location 1000. So a will also change to 25, and whatever value we had written in a which was 5, it is erased now. So this is call by reference example. So we will see the difference between call by value and call by reference mechanism here once again. So call by value, so while calling a function, we pass the value of variables to the called function. So that's why these are known as call by value mechanism. And call by reference, so here we pass address of variables to the function. That's why it is called as call by reference. And in call by value, in this method, the value of each variable in calling function is copied into corresponding dummy variables of the called function. Now whatever value we pass, that value will be copied into the received variable. That is, the values will be copied from actual variable to formal variables. And here the address of actual variables are copied into the formal variables. And here in the third difference, the changes made to the formal variables will not affect the actual variables, whereas here in the call by reference mechanism, now whatever changes you make to formal variables will be affecting the actual variable value. So this is about the difference between call by value and call by functions. Okay, call by reference. Fine. So now we had just seen passing the normal variables and address to the function. So we have another method here, as we have also studied arrays. So we need to also see here how we pass arrays to functions in C. Okay, now if we have in main function declared array, so how to pass the array to the function here? Okay, so you can just see the example and try to understand how to pass the arrays here. So here we are passing value by value to the function display here. Okay, we are not passing the whole array to the function display. So here we are passing single value to function display. In next method we will see how to pass the whole array. Okay, so as soon as the compiler sees the program, first it computes the main function. So inside the main function we have declared an array, that is age array, which is having value 2, 8, 4 and 12, and you are calling the function display here with the values, that is array elements age array of 1 and age array of 2. Now what is age array of 1? Age array of 1 is 8 and age array of 2 is 4 here. So you are indirectly, what we are doing here, we are passing value 8 and value 4 to display function. So in display function we have declared two variables, that is int age 1 and age 2. So 8 will be copied into age 1, 4 will be copied into age 2, and finally we are printing the result here using printf statement. So age 1, printf age 1 8, printf age 2 is 4. So this is what passing arrays to function, that means a single value how we are passing to function. So instead of age array of 2, if you write here age array of 3, that means you will be passing 12 value. So 12 will be copied here and 12 will be printed here. Okay, so this is about pass arrays to function in C. Next we will see how to pass the whole array to the function. In the previous method we saw value by value how we pass value pass array to the function. So here we will see the whole array will be passed here. Okay, so you can see here we are having in the main function an array defined as age, which is having few values in it. Okay, and we are calling the function here in the second line, that is result is equal to calculate sum, that, and you are using here variable age. Okay, so if you are passing a particular element from an array, then you can use square bracket and array indices to pass that particular value. But here as we are passing the whole array, so you can just write the variable or array name as it is without any square bracket. So that's why we have written just age, that means you are passing the whole array here. Okay, now as you are having many values into the array, so first it will take always the 0th element whatever we have in the array, that is 23.4. so it means that you are passing here 23.4 to the function calculate sum. So inside a float age, so you are copying all the values here. Okay, that is now float age, you are having all the values from the array we were having in the main. Now you are just using a simple for statement and try to add all the elements of the array, that is from 23.4 to 18 whatever values we have. Now by adding all this you will get some result, and that will be stored in sum, and you are returning sum back to main. So after that you are just printing the result here. So finally the result will be printed as 162.50. so one by one the array elements will be taken here and they are added here using a simple for loop. So this is passing whole array to the function. So next we are left with one more type of array, that is two-dimensional array. So in the previous methods we saw passing one-dimensional array as a single value or as a whole array. Fine. So here we have main function where we have declared num as two-dimensional array which is having size 2 by 2. Okay, so which will be having 4 values in that particular array. Okay, which will be having 2 rows and 2 columns, and that means you are having 4 values in that particular array, that is num. So read the values of num. So here read the values of num which is shown at the bottom. Enter 4 numbers, we have entered 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and finally you are calling the display numbers function with the array name as it is. Why? Because we are passing whole array here, that's why we have not used any square bracket. If you are passing a particular value here, then you have to use 2 set of square brackets and try to write the row value and the column value of what value you are going to pass here, and then as it is you are printing all the elements how you have read here. So that's why you have got here as the output displaying 2, 3, 4, 5 at the bottom. So this is about passing two-dimensional arrays to functions. Okay, so students, so this is about call by value mechanism, call by reference mechanism, and also we saw how to pass arrays, that is one-dimensional array and two-dimensional array to functions. So I hope you have understood the topic. Thank you.